you are launching your supplements company on Amazon, or even if you've been selling supplements on Amazon for a long time and you're experiencing plateauing sales or even declining sales, I've broken it down step by step, detail by detail, exactly what you need to do. If you don't implement all of these 6 pillars to the T, you're going to have a hard time being highly profitable. As you know, supplements are extremely competitive. But the cool thing is your competitors don't have this strategy and now you do. So first things first, you need a 10 out of 10 conversion score. It needs to convert extremely well in order for you to rank high and be highly profitable. Before I get into all of my pillars of a 10 out of 10 conversion score, I'm going to show you a quick recent case study real quick. By following this playbook, supplements clients 75K in revenue within month 1. Doing the fundamentals, implementing everything, following what I say. Look at their top 10 organic rankings. Boom, single digits. I'll show you what an amazing listing looks like. This is one we created at my conversion rate agency, Amazing Creative. And right now I'm going to show you the pillars that make a 10 out of 10 conversion score. All right, so this is very important because if you don't have a 10 out of 10 listing, you're going to be bleeding money every day. You won't be able to convert well enough to rank on page 1, thus you're never going to be profitable. All right, so pillar 1 is photo shoot. Your photo shoot will be the bedrock of your entire brand for years to come. Without an amazing photo shoot, you won't be able to make $1 million a year. So just zooming out, I'm assuming with this whole thing that you want to be $1 million supplements brand. You want to hit $1 million a year, and then you want to hit 10 million a year, and then you want to exit for multi-millions. So if that's you, you need to be doing everything right. Videos, you need 3 different types of videos: explainer video, UGC video, long form videos. More details right here. Copywriting and USP-based messaging. In order to be successful on Amazon, you need to do a great job at communicating your USP, or I call it unique sales pitch. So this is because Amazon is a comparison platform and buying intent. So you don't need to convince people why they need the supplements. Rather, you need to sell them why to choose you over the competition. This is very key to understand, and 99% of sellers get this wrong on Amazon. If you can nail this, you're going to do well. So this brand came to us and it's very competitive, comparison focused. Here's the other brand here. And then it's just focusing on the USP. So their USP is their creatine gummy has B12 and taurine. And we put a module that's making it idiot proof. What's so special about combining all 3? And why do I need to have all 3? So make it as easy to understand that USP matters and it's very important. Here's why. And if you don't have all 3, here's why you're missing out. Right? So you're not selling them on why they need to take creatine or why they need or why gummies are better than powder. They just typed in creatine gummies. Okay. And we were actually able to look, they hired us around the beginning of this year. Boom. They're doing $250K a month in revenue. Let's look at the keywords that they're ranking for. So they were able to rank for some big keywords. Top 20 for these top 2 keywords. Search volume 95,000. For creatine for women, search volume 31,000 for create creatine gummies. That's the name of a competitor. 250,000 within a few months, within about 4 months, 4 or 5 months. Boom, we helped them do everything right. All right, and I have down here, unless you are a professional copywriter and you're experienced in writing sales copy for supplements, hire a professional who knows what they're doing. That's why I created my Amazon conversion rate agency, Amazing Creative. This is what we do. And then you need to have Premium A+. Here's all the different types of modules you can have on Premium A+. Gallery images / all images. Here's my rules. Idiot proof. That means 1 idea per image, 3-second rule, and less is more. So this means less is more. Make it easy to understand. Someone is on the couch watching Netflix and they're scrolling and they're shopping. Okay. People have low attention spans. So make your product idiot proof. Make it so an idiot can understand your USP just scrolling on their phone. All right. And that's what we help them do. Show, over, tell, USP focus, as I said, and us versus them, as I already said. Main image, I have a whole other video you can check out on my channel. Trying to communicate the USP as simple as possible, as idiot proof. Make it stand out. Look at what your competitors are doing. Do it the opposite. And then make the key ingredients or key information larger on the image, on the main image. For example, go from this to this. Put the number of protein grams, put the flavor, Main image is a whole other strategy. Branding. You need to have $1 million branding to be a $1 million brand. That goes without saying. A lot of brands come to us. They have nothing. You need to consult with a professional branding agency if you have not done that yet. You get a whole PDF of your brand colors, your voice, your fonts, your messaging, your tone, your taglines. That's what a branding agency does. And if you want to be a $1 million brand, you need to go through a branding agency. Okay. My team at Amazing Creative, we can help you with that potentially. Comparison chart. This was the original comparison chart we made. We just make sure you blur out any copyrighted material. So that is competitor logos. It's personal preference whether you want to have your actual competitors shown but blurred out or not. Some people like that vibe, some don't. I'm a fan of going head to head. Some of the biggest brands in the world go head to head. Pepsi calls out Coca-Cola. Samsung calls out Apple. It's okay to go head to head and be like, hey, I know you're considering this other option. This is the other big player. This is the big brand. Here's exactly why we are better than them. Because that is what is happening thousands of times a day when people visit your page. They are searching creatine gummies and they are checking out the top few competitors and they are checking out you. Once they land on your listing, that is your job to convince them why they should stay here and order you. That's your job. Now, as your job, you should have that done by an expert. It's your job to get an expert to do that for you. Don't do it yourself. Don't wing it and do it yourself. But you as the owner, you are the top salesman of your company, of your products. Sorry, I got a little bit passionate there. As you can tell, I love creative. Want all my Canva templates? $1 million supplements brand blueprint, over 200 high converting Canva templates for supplements, 100 plus SOP library for supplements, operational spreadsheets, PPC setup course, launch course, listing optimization course, ultimate highly profitable supplements business checklist, supplements launch timeline, supplements strategy hub, ultimate resource hub, and a list of 1,000 highly profitable supplements niches that I did the research for me and myself personally. Tech stack. AmazingCreative.io, that's my agency. One-stop shop for 10 out of 10 high converting listings, photography, videos, expert high converting graphic design and copy. Helium 10, gold standard. We use it for your all-in-one management tool. FBAReviews.com, GetReviews.ai. AMC, that's Amazing Marketing Co. That is my Amazon management agency. MD, SBB, just talked about that. Notion for project management and rebate.com. Already talked about that. Also inside of this is our project management boards that our account managers use to manage. So the $1 Million Supplements Brand Blueprint is good, or I created this for companies that want to manage in-house, or maybe they already have like a marketing manager or an e-com manager in-house. And it's basically our agency in a box. You know, they'll have a consulting call with us. It's not in the cards to hire us as an agency, but hey, they're like, hey, can you give us your agency, everything you do? Put that into a Notion space. Looks really cool. Looks like this. It's all in Notion with basically everything that we use. And you will be able to download this Miro board. Pillar number 2 is get reviews fast. We found that when we get 30 reviews in the first 30 days, it tends to be a good launch. So we prioritize this. This is very important because people are not going to buy if you have low reviews. It's just how Amazon works. How we do it is we do Amazon Vine. We do FBAReviews.com. We turn on Helium 10 review request automation. And if you're going to use an insert card, we use GetReviews.ai as the survey builder. It's very easy to turn on Helium 10 request review automation. Just sign up for FBAReviews.com. This is optional. We don't do it every time for every client. It depends on their budget, but if they have a healthy budget, we will do 30 reviews on Amazon Vine and 30 reviews on FBAReviews.com. It's like a third-party version of Vine where people get your product for free in exchange for feedback. Leaving an Amazon review is not required. About 8 out of 10 of these product testers will. So by doing 30 on Vine and 30 on this, it hedges our bets to make sure that we get 30 in that first 30 days. All right. And then an insert card is not for getting fast reviews. It's a long-term play to build up your email list and to keep reviews coming in at the highest rate possible. Have a separate video on that. GetReviews.ai is a software that's basically a landing page survey thing where they scan the QR code and then it asks them to leave some feedback and then optionally copy and paste that feedback on Amazon. Okay. Keep in mind, you're going to need to have of 4 stars or above, or the product is just not going to be profitable. It's just not going to be a winner. Everyone kind of knows that. If you have a 3.7 star rating, it looks like 4. And if you have 4.3 stars or above, it looks like 4.5. So ideally you have 4.3 stars. Keep that in mind. We do this all the time for supplements clients. Let's say they have a few hundred reviews, but their rating is 3.6. We'll do a review getting campaign, aka product testing campaign, on FBAreviews.com, because you can do this anytime. That's the cool thing about FBAreviews.com. You can't do Vine anytime. That's only one at the very beginning. You can only do it once. And we'll do a batch of those reviews to get an influx of reviews. And going from 3.5 stars to 4 stars, or 4 stars to 4.5 stars, that makes a significant difference in conversion. It's huge. $1 million supplements brand blueprint. I'm going to get into that in a second when I come back to the elements of a 10 out of 10 conversion score. Okay, pillar number 3 is strategic sale price. So this is very important because during launch period, it's known as the honeymoon phase, it's easier to rank. So the lower your price, essentially, the more units you're going to sell, and the higher you're going to rank on page 1, and the more likely you're going to get a hot new release in your category. Okay, so at launch, you want to focus on pushing for rank and sales velocity. Okay, every business has its own different goals and financial situations, so you need to come up with a launch price that makes sense for your product's goals. Figuring out our launch price and how we're going to play with the price is a big chunk of the conversation that we have with supplements brands. There's a couple different strategies: slope up method, slope down method, or just test and adjust method. Depends on your cash flow situation, your Amazon ads budget, how much inventory you have, but make sure you are doing price correctly. Very important. Amazon is all about price. 80% of Amazon shoppers are price shoppers. Okay, so at the beginning, make sure you have price thoroughly thought through. Subscribe and save. Okay, this could be the biggest hack of the video. As you know, subscribe and save is huge on Amazon. So do a large subscribe and save discount at launch. What I would say is do something like do a subscribe and save coupon, 30% subscribe and save coupon, 40%, maybe even 50%. This can be very powerful. So a subscribe and save coupon gets them an extra discount on just their first order. So it's perfect. Subscribe and save coupons are our favorite feature since subscribe and save. And it's a relatively new feature, subscribe and save coupons. We were able to rank a super competitive TV gummies on page 1 by doing a 40% off subscribe and save coupon for a period of time. And you're going to do that for a period of time. You're going to monitor your ranking and then drop the coupon down to 30% and then 20%, monitor your ranking. And the goal here with price and with coupons is to find your sweet spot profitability, profit margin / tacos that makes sense for your business goals. Let's just go on to Amazon ads. Of course, you're going to need Amazon ads. I call it PPC blast. This is very important because there's no way to rank and make sales without Amazon ads. And so in general, I tell brands when they ask me how much budget do I need to start, I say there's no way to know until we test. So I just say, let's start with $100 a day just because it's a nice even round number. And we're going to gather data with that $100 a day. And then the PPC manager is going to adjust the knobs based on what makes sense based on our goals. There's nothing I can say that do this, do this, do this. Amazon ads, pay-per-click advertising, and advertising in general is a game of test and adjust. There's some FAQs. What we're going to focus on at the very beginning is top of search. That's like center stage. The clicks are going to be the most expensive, but you're going to get data the fastest. You're going to get the most clicks. So top of search and video ads. I have a whole video ad template library of stupid, simple video ad templates that I'll show you in a second. But I would do top of search. I would do video ads from the get-go. Your video ads can show in search or they can also show down here on similar brands. Here's my page 1 money map. This is where the money is made. Let's go over this real quick. So 50% of sales happen in the top 10 organic rank. 80% happen in the top 20. So our North Star, the entire game that we're playing as an Amazon agency, as an Amazon ads agency, SEO agency, is ranking organically in the top 20. That's where the money is made. And if you're not even on page 1, you're not even in the game. So video ads can show up here, or they can show up at the bottom of the page. So my pillar 5 is organic rank / SEO. This just means that focusing on organic rank is very important because, as I already said, if you're not ranking high organically, you're simply never going to be profitable on Amazon. Simple as that. You're going to be relying too much on ads for clicks and sales. So this is a quick diagram. I made an oversimplified one on how the Amazon ranking algorithm works. It's basically how much you've sold over the last 180 days and your conversion rate, aka what the best product is. The algorithm puts what it thinks the best product option for that customer based on what they just typed in, and it ranks them. Okay. Worth noting, FBA stock factors into ranking now more than ever. The ranking algorithm favors products that have more inventory, aka if you don't have enough inventory to handle page 1 or top 20 ranking sales velocity, they won't rank you there because the algorithm knows you're going to run out of stock. And so the algorithm is really smart and it doesn't want products running out of stock. So maintaining healthy FBA inventory is a huge part of the conversation that we have with brands and a huge thing that we do for brands. How do we rank high on page 1, right? How do I rank high organically? Well, the cool part about pillar 5 is that's what pillars 1 through 4 will do. So if you do pillars 1 through 4 and you follow all my strategies, tips and tricks and hacks, you're going to be ranking high organically. That's the whole point. But I just put pillar 5 in here just as a reminder that that's what we're focusing on, organic rank SEO. Also, there's an element which I call keyword SEO, which just refers to making sure you have the obvious keywords front end and back end. It's basically 3 steps. Do your keyword research, optimize the front end keywords, title, bullets, A+ content in the alt text, not rocket science stuff, and then optimize the back end keywords in the back end of Seller Central, which is always changing. Just go in the back end of Seller Central, make sure everything is filled out, okay? And make sure the obvious keywords are there. This is the advanced 3-phase SEO optimization, how you can rotate keywords to get more keywords indexed over the first 3 to 6 months. You can pause this video or screenshot that to do that when you're there. All right, let's go to pillar 6, the final pillar, which is a fun one, external traffic. Now, I view external traffic as extra firepower when you need more ranking boost. And in competitive niches on Amazon, all supplements niches are competitive. The vast majority of supplements niches are competitive. You just won't be able to rank in the top 20 without driving some external traffic, at least during launch phase. Okay. Now, Amazon sellers have known about driving external traffic since the beginning of time. Okay. There are some different flavors. There's paid and there's free. The free is obvious. If you already have an email list or a social following, let them know that you just launched. The paid is there's rebates / giveaways, there's influencers, there's Google ads, and there's Facebook and Instagram ads. In my opinion, the most easy bang for your buck, least time required, least headache required is just by listing on a rebate site / deal site. The one I've used for years is rebate.com. There's several of them. You list your product here. Savvy shoppers know about these sites. They'll find you here. They'll click here, and then it will take them to Amazon where they will purchase for full price. And then rebate.com reimburses them 30 days later. So that way they can't refund it on Amazon. It's after the Amazon refund period. So most sellers on rebate will do 80, 90, or 100% off. I say just do 100% off most of the time. How many rebate giveaways are you going to do? It depends. Start with 5 units a day for a week or 2, and then 10 units a day, and then 15, and then see where you're at organically on page 1. If you need to push your rank, you need to increase the amount of giveaways per day. Then once you're there, slowly start titrating the giveaways per day down. Don't cut it off all of a sudden because that looks weird to the algorithm. Slowly titrate it down. Your ranking's going to fall a little bit, but hopefully since you're up there organically in the top 20, since you're in Moneyland, you're getting all this organic traffic because you just brute forced your way up via giveaways. And the algorithm thinks, oh my God, this product's selling like hotcakes. Hopefully now you're getting a bunch of organic sales. And if those organic clicks convert, you will remain there on the top of page 1. That's the giveaway strategy to inject rocket fuel into your launch strategies. Here's basically the logic map. Are you on page 1? If not, you need to get some external traffic or spend more on Amazon ads. You're just not getting enough sales, or your conversion rate sucks. So you need to fix your conversion rate. If you are on page 1, if you're ranked organically satisfactorily, then maybe you don't need organic traffic. I'm going to go over the only way to scale your business. So Whether you are a startup or recently launched or an established brand, I talk to supplements companies all the time, and I boiled it down to this is the only way that you're going to scale your business, because we all want to scale to 10 million a year. More traffic, better conversion rate, better products, more products. So it starts with having the right strategy. And luckily you have this video, you have this playbook. Now you can implement the right strategy. Then you got to make sure your conversion is fully optimized. Make sure first, before driving traffic, your page is fully optimized for conversion. So you're squeezing every last cent of advertising spend. Then you're going to drive traffic via smart Amazon pay-per-click ads and organic discoverability traffic on Amazon, and potentially driving outside traffic. And then you're going to need to have the systems, the teams, and the SOP to constantly create better products and more products. So that's on your R&D team side, as well as your Amazon operations side. Okay, so the harsh truth is e-commerce and supplements, very competitive and crowded. You already know that. But your competitive advantage is now you have the best strategy, which actually works. Now it just comes down to implementation. So what I tell brands when we're doing consulting calls is this: basically have two options. You can either do it yourself, or you can hire a freelancer or do it in-house, or you can partner with an Amazon agency. At AMC, we handle all aspects at once: PPC, SEO, CRO, launch strategy, and consulting, all in one service. So that's what we do. And if you want to see an hour-long version of this presentation where I go into even more detail, there will be a video on the end screen that you can click. If this was helpful, leave a thumbs up and a comment too if you really got value, or put a question in the comments, and I'll try to get to it. All right, see you on the next video.